People in here saying I'm late. What the hell? Welcome! Shields up, Iron Breakers. And welcome to another episode of Khan's Anvil. How's everybody doing? Hopefully everybody's doing good. I'm gonna start off pretty chill, cause bro, it was leg day. Okay, listen. It was leg day. My legs are destroyed. My legs are probably gonna be significantly worse tomorrow. So it is what it is. Nice mullet, bro. From the people constantly telling me that I'm bald. Make up your mind. Bald with a mullet. Ah, good stuff, Kegrin. Glad to see that you're getting those trial days in. Leg day is brutal. It is indeed. And to top it off, I'm just kind of like still exhausted. I haven't really fully recovered from last week, which was pretty intense, but yeah. He's growing it for a comb over? No, I'm probably going to get a haircut ahead of Gamescom. Probably at some point this week, since I don't have almost any responsibilities at all. Besides you people! You guys are the only responsibility I have this week. Feels good, man! You guys are the only responsibility I have this week. Doing well, just waiting to see more Monster Hunter Wilds info, and the only monster I want revealed is the flagship. Listen, the only info we need is a little bit more on gameplay. I know that people want to know more about the focus system and all of that stuff, even though I've already detailed that system, and I'm 99% sure that I'm right. Okay? I'm 99% sure that I'm right. Where can one find you at Gamescom? Probably at the Capcom booth. That's probably where I'm going to be spending most of my time. I'm going to be hanging out with Capcom staff and, you know, anybody who shows up that happens to know who I am. I'll gladly talk with people and whatnot, hang out. That's kind of like I said, even though I'm trying to see if I can get a couple of more appointments for Gamescom, the reality is I'm just going to Gamescom for Monster Hunter Wilds. Okay? It is what it is. Gonna be getting cozy with Capcom in it. I have no idea what you're talking about. Guys, I need info. I would like to pre-order Collector for Wilds where it comes. Where will it be able to be purchased? Dude, that's gonna depend on... Yeah, like Miss Tummygiggle was saying, it's gonna be up to every different country and stores and whatnot. It's probably going to be different versions on different countries. I'll smooch Jono if I have to. I'm gonna tell him that. He'll probably see that as a threat. Listen, I'm not even joking. I'm copy pasting that comment right now. Right now. I'm snitching on you, Ark. You're getting snitched on, son. I'm opening up Discord. I'm copy pasting that straight to Jono. It's that simple, okay? I have no regrets. You should have some regrets, Ark. Anyway, before we get the show started, as per usual, need to give shout out to our Thanes, Katsuki TG, Colin LaShore, and JV Doc. Thank you very much for being Rose and Gadescent as Thanes. Giga Chads all. Tip of the hat. 3 times for the 3 Thanes. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. Everybody else that supports as well, obviously. And everybody else that even just shows up. I appreciate all of you. All of you are greatly appreciated. So thank you. Regrets lagged. Nice. I apologize in advance for the Cologne local transport. Sorry. Wait, what? Did they change anything about the train? Because usually I take the train from the airport to Cologne Mess. And that usually just sorts me out. Is it different now? Am I gonna have problems taking the train from the airport to Colmes? Bro, don't do this to me. Not like this. Can't wait for Jonah to block me on Twitter. Hey, Pascal Calais, what's up? What is up? You won't get stuck in Cockfosters in Cologne. Bro, that is the weirdest name for a location. Well, actually, no. There's some locations that have worse names than that, if I'm going to be completely honest. But it's still a weird one. Still a weird one. When I was in the UK and I was taking the tram and I see the destination Cockfosters, I was like, this is very strange. I'm not sure how I feel about this. This is a strange sounding location. Okay? Is all I'm gonna say. It's awful and everywhere as construction sites. I could swear that the last 2 times I was there, which were, you know, there was a pretty significant distance between those. I think it was like 2015, 2018. I could swear there was already construction there. In that area, like I'm not talking about the entirety of the Cologne. I'm not talking about the entirety of Cologne, but just specifically the Colmes area. There was a bunch of construction everywhere in 2015 and 2018, and now you're telling me there's construction in 2024, specifically in the Colmes area? It's like, bro, I don't know what to tell you. That's some weird stuff. That's some weird stuff. I just woke up to a random ass message saying, bro, this place is called Cockfosters. I didn't say that's what the name of the place was. I said the line that I was taking ended at Cockfosters. Ark has his honeymoon destination pin. German engineers and their transformers. Yeah. Try dealing with construction in Montreal. That's a nightmare. Does the PSVR 2 price drop make the PSVR 2 better or just expose people with how much spare money without much spare money to spend? I wasn't even aware that it had a price drop. Oh, we could actually talk about it. Let me see. PSVR 2 price drop. I don't see any price drop. Like, everything is still giga expensive where I live. Still 600 bones. Sony just cut the price of the PSVR 2 for the first time. Save 200 at Amazon and Best Buy. Huh. PSVR 2 sales surge over 2,000% after Sony's huge price drop. Interesting. $200 price drop, so that would put it at $399. So it's still 400 bones. I mean, I retain what I said. I think that the PSVR 2 is one of the better headsets in terms of price quality. The biggest problem is that it wasn't compatible with PC, but that is going to be something that is going to be sorted out. So that's going to make it way more compelling. We're not sure if we talked about it before, but is your channel name supposed to be pronounced Rurikhan? No, Rurikhan. It's Rurikhan, because ours at the start of words are pronounced like ages in Portuguese, aren't they? No. No, they're not. We actually have... This is going to sound weird, but we have hard R's. Okay. So it's like, for instance... And it's interesting, because when I was at E3 in 2013... some of the people that I was there with, they were like, so you pronounce your name Hui. And I was like, why the fuck would you say that? No. You pronounce my name Hui. The problem is that most people can't make that sound. They're like, what? It's almost like, you know when a dog is getting mad and goes like, "Arr!" It's kind of like the same thing. Hui. That's how you actually pronounce. Yeah, you roll the R's. That's what you do. You roll the R's. So, if anything, you could say Rurikhan if you wanted to say it in Portuguese, but it's not really a Portuguese word, so you can just say Rurikhan. It doesn't make that much of a difference. Did you ever enjoy Earth Defense games? Hell yeah. I like Earth Defense a lot. Earth Defense Force is a lot of fun. I haven't played Earth Defense Force 6 because I'm just too busy with other things that I want to play right now. I love my PSVR 2. I just don't have the room to fully enjoy it. You don't need that much room depending on the game that you're playing. To be honest, I really hope that PSVR 2 PC integration works great because, listen, I just want to play Elite Dangerous in PSVR. That's what I want to do. I want to hook up the PSVR 2 to my PC, and I want to play Elite Dangerous, all right? That's what I want to do. Final Fantasy 14 today. I haven't played Final Fantasy 14 in a long while. I need to get back to it. But probably, if anything, today we might do another stream for Monster Hunter World Iceborne. Elite Dangerous and No Man's Sky, now that the HOTAS works, be honest. It's like, there's still a problem with No Man's Sky, with the HOTAS, which is one of the things that it really annoys me, and that is that I can get the HOTAS to work, but the flight model in No Man's Sky is still not my favorite thing in the world. Because, like, it's like, look, once you try out the flight model of Elite Dangerous, I feel like it's almost impossible to go back to any other space flight model. Or maybe that's just me. I don't know. But, like, every time that I think of a flight model for a space simulator, it's like, nah, bro. Elite Dangerous is the benchmark. It is the one. Okay? Elite Dangerous is the one. It just feels great because your ship moves in all the axes and you just like, you know, you're flying through the letterbox, breakneck speed, turn that bitch around, land it. It's fantastic. I love it. Did you finish Kunitsugami? No, I didn't. Yet. Need to finish up cleaning Worlds in Remnant 2 before September? Yeah. I'll probably just get you to speedrun me through the PC version so that I get caught up at some point. Didn't Elite Dangerous shit the bed with pay-to-win microtransactions? I've never heard any of this. Did they? The only thing that I remember them shitting the bed with was that Odyssey update that completely destroyed everything to the point where they were like, fine, we're not even doing stuff on consoles anymore. If Capcom does another spin-off title for Monster Hunter-like stories but a different genre, what would you hope for? A Souls-like. A Souls-like. You have to invade the guild. The guild's headquarters, because I still believe that the guild is up to no good. I believe the guild is up to no good, dude. 100%. Gonna go in there with my gun lance, and I'm gonna get to the truth. The truth of the matter. Okay? It's that simple. Monster Hunter Wyverian Wars. Rurikhan, you're not wrong with the guild. Exactly, Jay. Exactly. Listen, the guild is up to no good, okay? It's that simple. And we need a game that focuses on telling us why the guild is up to no good. I actually thought that Stories 2 was going to investigate that a little bit more. The equal dragon weapon is real. 100%. Don't believe what Gaijin is saying. The equal dragon weapon is 100% a thing. As a matter of fact, I can officially confirm the equal dragon weapon has, been confirmed to be in Monster Hunter Wilds. This is insider information, okay? Equal dragon weapon is present in Monster Hunter Wilds. You heard it here first. Psych. Source, I made it the fuck up. That's the source. What's your source, Rurikhan? I made it up. It's a complete fabrication. The equal dragon weapon will beat the allegations. Oh, man. So anyways, we do have a couple of topics today. I don't really have that much to go over because there hasn't really been that much happening. I mean, I have talked about a bunch of stuff. I'm assuming that we have Mythic Banter up from yesterday. Let me see. If the latest episode... Oh, yeah. Oh my god. That is a beautiful thumbnail. Look at that. Look at that. Absolute unbridled greed. Mythic Banter podcast. So there is another podcast up on Mythic Banter. If you guys haven't gotten caught up yet, I'll link you guys. For those of you that don't know about this podcast, yes, this is one of my new podcasting projects that I'm doing with Akalon. It was supposed to be me, Akalon, and Sebuwebs, but Sebuwebs has been slacking big time, so it's mostly me and Akko. But yeah, we released another episode yesterday where we talk about a variety of topics, just in case you guys want to check that out. I have a blast talking with Akko, so yeah. Review bombing is bad. Oh my god, this was hilarious, dude. Did you guys see how the Take-Two CEO was complaining about how review bombing was bad? Is this chock full of, like, data scraping stuff, this website? I think it is. Yep, there it is. But you want to know an interesting thing about this website? Is that if you go to Microsoft Edge, there's a reject all button. Like, look at that. If you go to any other browser, there's no reject all button for some reason. But if you're on Microsoft Edge, there's a reject all button. It's like, why? It's so weird. I actually use Microsoft Edge in my home PC. I've been testing it out to see how I like it. It's alright. But anyways, Grand Theft Auto 6 publisher Take-Two Interactive sees review bombing as a serious business risk. The company acknowledged this much as part of a wider overview of the potential impacts of negative review campaigns against games, which was recently shared with Take-Two Interactive investors. While the emergence of video game review bombing largely coincides with the rise of social media, the practice is as old as aggregators of user reviews, such as game FAQs. GameFAQs, I think is how people usually say that. Gamers were given an even larger platform to have their voices heard in the early to mid-2010s, when Steam, PlayStation, and Xbox all started allowing user reviews. Over the years, Take-Two Interactive has been on the receiving end of many review bombing campaigns. The gaming giant has now officially acknowledged such online initiatives as a business risk, thus directly confirming that they work. It did so via its latest 10K filing, an annual report detailing its activities over the previous fiscal year. As first spotted by GameFile's Stephen Totillo, Take-Two's 2024 10K filing with the SEC includes a lengthy passage highlighting the importance of obtaining and maintaining a high game ratings on third-party platforms, not least because good scores improve product discoverability across such storefronts. Furthermore, obtaining and maintaining high ratings of our games on the third-party platforms on which we operate are important as they help drive players to find our games. If the ratings of any of our games decline or we receive significant negative reviews that result in decrease in our ratings, our games could be more difficult for players to find or recommend. In addition, we may be subject to negative review campaigns or defamation campaigns intended to harm our ratings. Any such decline may lead to a loss of players and revenues, additional advertising and marketing costs, and reputation harm. Defamation campaigns geared towards harming a given game's ratings can hence have a material impact on the publisher's operations, leading to a loss of players' revenue or both. The filing reads, the risk assessment also notes that such initiatives can add to Take-Two's interactive costs by, for example, requiring it to increase its marketing spending in order to combat the effects of negative review campaigns. Although the publisher did acknowledge the obvious in that barrages of negative user scores can sometimes be its own fault if a product is found subpar, the filing confirms that it sees protest campaigns as a separate but equally important business risk. That is essentially because Take-Two Interactive has experienced no shortage of such fan initiatives in recent history. It was less than a year ago the PS4 and Switch versions of Red Dead Redemption were review bombed, not because they were bad per se, but in protest of the fact that they weren't proper remasters. So they fucked it up and they got review bombed. Oh no! GTA 6 publisher is not the only gaming giant that have confirmed review bombing work as of late. Sony signaled a similar stance, albeit only indirectly when it backpedaled on Helldivers 2 PSN account linking requirement back in May 2024 following a massive influx of negative reviews from Steam users. So, here's the thing. Review bombing is a tool. Let's make that perfectly simple. And it is one of the last resorts that gamers have. Because, there's a lot of publishers that are engaged in anti-consumer behavior. This is just a fact. There are a lot of publishers out there that will basically identify exactly how much money they can squeeze out of you and what psychological tactics they need to do in order to get that money. Because make no mistake, one of the biggest problems with the gaming industry right now is that a significant chunk of staff are all actually in the mental health business. So we're talking about psychologists, maybe psychiatrists. I don't know, because I'm not in that particular business. But this has been confirmed, by the way, in plenty of articles that I've seen in the past. I've even talked about it a couple of times. And there's reports from people that have been in the gaming sector as mental health care professionals. And, basically their job is to identify how far can you push people, how far can you manipulate people to get them hooked and engaged and addicted into video games, into live services. How far can they toe the line? This is something that is known. This is something that is a fact. And this is something that a lot of these companies do. And it's like, what exactly do you expect? You get at a certain point where gamers are like, well, fuck it. It's like, I got nothing left. The only thing I can really do against this barrage of manipulation is to review bomb your game. Now, the problem is that you have situations wherein people tend to abuse this practice. You guys already know which situations I'm going to put out there because, you watch my channel, so therefore you'll be familiar with how I feel about certain events. But we all know about the review bombing of Alatreon, which was a disgusting practice made by a bunch of whining babies. I mean, we all know that they're whining babies because game's too hard. It's too hard. Oh no! I want to use my blast weapon. Nah. Oh man, heaven forbid you have to play an elemental weapon. Jesus fucking Christ, bro. It's the end of the world. No, dude. I completely disagree. So it's like, look, there are situations where review bombing becomes a problem because, again, the game was review bombed for Alatreon. Game was review bombed for Fatalis. Recently, we had Shadow of the Erdtree almost get review bombed. I don't think it was fully review bombed, but Shadow of the Erdtree did get to mixed rating on Steam because the DLC is too hard. And it's like in those situations, I would have to say, no, I don't agree with it. However, on the flip side, when you have situations like PlayStation all of a sudden wanting to force people to have a PSN account, and people go like, actually, no, I don't think we will. I thought that was a good use. I thought that was a good use of review bombing. I thought that was something that ended up with actually a better outcome. Unfortunately, we didn't really get those countries that were removed from the pool of people who can actually buy the Helldivers 2 game. We didn't get those countries back, but still, we got the whole decision reversed about the whole PSN account linking stuff. So there's clearly situations where review bomb has been used in a way that benefited users, and then there are other situations where review bombing was used in a way that was bad for everybody involved. So the thing to me is, what publishers need to focus on is making a game and being pro-consumer, and the community will handle the rest. That's just the way that it goes. That's the way that it goes. But if you develop a game and you are not pro-consumer, or you try to trick people into shit, well, that's tough shit. You're going to get review bombed. That is what it is. You're a meanie if Alatreon's design was bad in your opinion, and so you voiced your opinion on Steam. What the fuck? No. It's like, I don't agree with the concept that Alatreon was too hard, which is what a lot of people were saying. Not to mention a lot of people were complaining, like you are saying, that Alatreon's design was bad, but the reality is, they're like, everything in the fight is fine except Eschaton Judgment. If it didn't have Eschaton Judgment, I could easily kill the boss. And I was like, well, that's a lie, because there's 2 carts, and so you could just die to Eschaton Judgment twice, and if you really master the fight, you could still kill him. That's what Chaos Slayer did with his Gunlance, because it was like, I'm gonna shell Alatreon to death, and he did it. So no, I don't agree. And it's like, I don't think you should be review bombing a game based on one boss fight of that game. Because Darkness Prevails, make no mistake, that's exactly what we're talking about here. People review bomb the game based on one boss fight. So the rest of the game, this is fine, but this one boss fight, fuck it, I'm changing my review to negative. Is that how that works? You can have like 200 plus hours of gameplay, but then that one boss is like, nope, this is trash. I mean, people said the same thing about, let's say, Radon. A lot of people that tried review bombing Elden Ring Shadow of the Earth Tree based on Radon. I think if you don't like Alatreon, that's fine. That's fair. But I think that the amount of people that left negative reviews, I don't agree with that. And I didn't say you're a meanie. I said you're a baby. If someone legitimately didn't enjoy paid content like Shadow of the Earth Tree, I think they should be entitled to their opinion and review. Sure. But how many of the people joined the bandwagon? And how many of those people were actually legitimate opinions? I don't know. All I'm saying is that there are certain review bombs that have happened I don't agree with. I fundamentally disagree with. Yeah, Kinetic Kyber, I thought I wasn't going to be able to beat Fatalis when it first came out. And the other point when it comes to Iceborne is that Alatreon was not paid content. That was another thing. Can there be a place to complain about bad business practice because some games are real good but have bad reviews because of microtransactions? I mean, look, I'm in favor of a lot of those bad reviews because some of the microtransactions in some live services are pretty disgusting. Ruri, there are people who still can't beat Fatalis solo. Like I said, I was okay with never beating Fatalis if that was going to be the way that it was going to go down. As what I mean, Fatalis actually scales down to one player, so, you know, you can beat it in one player if you want to, but fundamentally, oh, here it comes. God, don't do it, Mr. Tummy Giggles. Now I'm self-conscious of it. God damn it! I don't have that big of an English vocabulary, bro! I'm limited! I'm Portuguese! No! He's gonna do it again. I know he's gonna do it again. Monster Hunter Iceborne Alatreon is one of my best fights in video games. Now I'm as old as Rui. Yep. Monster Hunter News. Did I miss something? I mean, we're talking about Monster Hunter. I was going to get into some more stuff. We were just talking about the impact of review bombing and how Take-Two, dude, is kind of like scared of review bombing. This is actually one of the things that we talked about in Mythic Banter. And the thing is, I think one of the big reasons why dude is scared of review bombing is because, you know, those guys, they put all of their money into their Grand Theft Autos and Red Dead Redemptions. Like, it's literally, they just put a pile of money into those games, and then they need to sell a ridiculous amount of millions of copies to make that money back. And if for some reason GTA 6 gets review bombed, that really hits them where it hurts. This is why he's talking about it. Although, to be honest, I think it would have been better being silent. Because, you know, the Streisand effect and all that. Yeah, it's rough, bro. It's rough. I think you shouldn't be able to review games till you have a minimum hour requirement. This way your opinion is validated by your playtime. A lot of reviews are like 4 to 5 hours in. I don't know, dude. Review bombs is weird because if you try to control it in any way, you're going to be limiting people's ability to express their opinion. Miss Tummy Giggle says GTA 6 is going to be the biggest selling game of all time, regardless of what anybody does or if it sucks ass even. I mean, likely. That is likely what's going to happen. Another content creator that I watch says particular a lot. It's amusing. I think one of the things that I said a lot, and maybe even still say a lot, is basically. Basically, fundamentally, these are two words that just come out rather naturally in my vocabulary. Jared, it's a crazy age we live in. I've never had the mindset this boss or game is too hard. They made a shit game. I've always thought I need to get better. People are soft. I think that is definitely one of the things that Shadow of the Earth... I think if Shadow of the Earth Tree has revealed anything, is that there are a lot of people who play Souls-like games for validation. And if they can't beat their Souls game, they're like, can't be me. It's the game that's bad. I'm good. I know I'm good. I'm the best fucking player in the world. So it's the game that has a problem. They made the game too hard because reasons. And it's like, I just don't agree with a lot of the times when people bring that up. As a matter of fact, I think that for a lot of people, Shadow of the Earth Tree isn't even challenging. Now, I'm not talking about myself, because I've always said, despite the fact of, for some reason, you know, whenever I read through my comment section or whatever, for some reason, there are some people that are under this delusion that, like, I consider myself to be amazing at Souls games, a veteran Souls player. I've always said, I'm at best decent at Souls game. At best, I'm decent. I've never said I'm amazing. I've never even said I'm good. I said I am decent. You know? That's the way that I look at it. But the problem is a lot of people get inflated egos from playing Souls games, and they start thinking that they're God's gift to gaming or something, and that they're perfect, and therefore, whenever things feel too hard, the problem is in the game. And I just don't agree with that. I think that there are a lot of people that have gone on to play Shadow of the Earth Tree, and they've realized, actually, I'm not as good as I thought I was. And this is a problem because I should be. And this is a problem with the game. They can't look within them to see that they might be the problem. My only major criticism of Shadow of the Earth Tree is that a lot of major areas only had one entrance. I guess there's only one entrance to that abyss-looking location where you go and meet Saint Trina. There's only one way to enter also the hinterlands. But other places, I think, have different ways of entering them. Didn't Let Me Solo Her get made fun of because he was losing to the last DLC boss a lot? Even he ain't perfect. I mean, the whole backstory of Let Me Solo Her, from what I understand, is that initially he sucked at fighting Melania. He got his ass kicked. I mean, here's the thing, by the way. I still suck at fighting Melania. Don't get it twisted. I still suck at Melania. Okay? As a matter of fact, I've soloed Consort Radon, and I don't think I've soloed Melania yet. So, but anyway, you know, and the whole story was that eventually he got so good that he was helping everybody else kill Melania because he just studied Melania to the point where he became a god. That was it. Only one way into Spooky Woods. Yeah, Spooky Woods is also another one. Yeah. Melania would be easy if she didn't heal. Yeah, that's right. The only thing that is hard about Melania is the fact that she heals. I think one of the big problems is also people relying on reviews too much. I don't think that reviews are the best way to know whether or not you're going to like a game. You know, like, this is one of the reasons why I don't even give games scores. Reviews are not the best way of knowing whether or not you like it. Because in order to understand a review, you need to know the people that's reviewing the game. This is why reviews from YouTubers that you know, I'm not even talking about myself, but like YouTubers that you watch, this is why those reviews will likely be more valuable to you than a review on a random website that you don't know who the actual author of that review is. Or maybe you know who the author is, but you're not familiar with their body of work. One of the most important things about reviews is knowing the person reviewing the game so that you know whether or not your tastes align. But fundamentally... Fuck! I hate you, Dave. I just want you to know that, okay? Like, deep in my core, like right here, there's a tiny spot that is just reserved for hating you 24/7, okay? You're the reason why my beard is graying out so fast. It's you. Anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah, I was saying that the best way of you actually knowing whether or not you like a game is to just see raw gameplay. You need to just see raw gameplay of somebody who is playing the game. That would be my recommendation. It's like you just watch some gameplay on the game, and then you will know better than actually watching a review. At least in my opinion. And demos too. Speaking of which, Visions of Mana had a demo released earlier today, if I'm not mistaken. So if you're excited about Visions of Mana, that's one you can check out. So, how about that timing? How about that timing? Bro, timing is rough. Monster Hunter Now, July 27th update. Oh wow, this was added on July 27th? July 27th is my birthday. So they added MrBeast collab weapon and new multiplayer hunts onto Monster Hunter Now on my birthday. That update was like made for me, except I don't actually play Monster Hunter Now. I don't like mobile games. That's not my thing. It's never been my thing. I don't like it. I've had a lot of people tell me, "Oh, you should check it out now. It's got the Gunlands." It's like, it's not about the Gunlands. I just don't like mobile games. I don't like them. I don't like playing video games on my phone. It's not my thing. It has to do with inputs. It has to do with just the whole concept of playing it on your phone. I don't like it. I don't fucking like it. I can't take that stuff. So, whatever. But, they added this. Here's an interesting thing that I thought. When you see this picture, it almost looks like Jimmy is crying, which is weird. Like, look at his eyes. But then again, he always has this, like, thumbnail face, which I'm not a huge fan of thumbnail face. Even though I do it myself in some of my videos, I hate thumbnail face. It's not my thing, but it works! People click them videos if you got a good thumbnail face. So it most definitely works. But yeah, there's the collab. They've made like MrBeast merch, I guess, in the game, which there's this there's this hoodie with MrBeast logo and the whole thing in the back. I'm surprised they didn't just slap this thing on the head of a Nargacuga. That sounds like something Niantic would do. Like, just slap the MrBeast face on top of a Nargacuga and call it a day. It even has the lightning coming out of the eyes, you know? I think it'd be so easy, just like, bonk. I mean, I bet you Niantic probably tried to convince Capcom to do it. That sounds like something that they would do. They'd be like, hey, we got this great promotion with MrBeast. Can we just slap his logo on top of a Nargacuga and call it a day? Minimum effort. And then they made like, you know, they even made a 3D model for his sword and shield. It'd be so easy, dude. That's way too much work. They have the 3D model right there. Don't even have it animate. Just put it on top of Nargacuga's face. Boom, done. But yeah, he's got a sword and shield. He's got all this stuff. Dimensional links, multiplayer hunts. I don't know what the hell any of this is about. I don't even know how the game plays. I've seen gameplay, but I don't know how you would even input stuff. Whatever. Anyways, MrBeast obviously did this collab, and then shortly after, there was the whole situation with the MrBeast crew, which I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on, simply because that's just not my content, you know. But I feel like I should say something because I have defended MrBeast a lot of times on account of the way that people go after him over controversies, often like the whole thing about when he did the whole surgeries for 1,000 people that couldn't see or had some type of vision impairment, and he got all of these people surgeries. And there were a bunch of people coming out of the woodwork saying like, he's only doing it for views and money. And I was like, yes, but 1,000 people that couldn't see can now see. That's not the point. It's like, why don't you ask those 1,000 people if that's the point? And pretty much my position remains the same when it comes to that stuff. You know, his philanthropy work with Team Trees, Team Seas, all of that stuff. Assuming that's all been above board, because nowadays, I don't fucking know, bro. I don't do enough research into this, but it's like, assuming that stuff is above board, I still think it's good. Even if he is doing it for views, even if he is doing it to get money and all of that shit, if at the end of the day, we still get a positive impact, that's all good. Now, the problems are with the Ava Chris Tyson situation, and I've watched a bunch of videos on that, and it's just getting shittier and shittier and shittier. So I will just say that you shouldn't be sexually messaging minors. I think that's a super easy thing to say. I think that's also a super easy thing to do. Because, you know, I probably receive messages and comments from minors. I'm pretty sure that not everybody who watches my videos is over 18. Guess what I don't do? I don't go onto Discord and start talking to them inappropriately about sexual stuff. It's not particularly hard. It's really not that hard, and it's not that deep. But, you know, some people are going to do that, so whatever. You shouldn't be messaging them at all, even innocently. See, that is actually something that I don't necessarily agree with. I mean, what if a 14-year-old comes up to me and asks me for advice about YouTube? I'm not saying that I'm going to be like long-term, weeks upon weeks upon weeks, but I'm sure I've probably answered some of those messages. I think I've received emails from people that are minors and they ask me something about either YouTube, content creation, Monster Hunter, whatnot, and usually I try to respond. Of course, I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, let's be best friends forever. Of course not. But like I said, I do answer messages from, I don't know everybody's age that messages me. I don't even ask. But if somebody asks me something that I can help them with, I will try to respond. It's that simple. I just think that it's very easy to not take everything to a sexual context. I think that is super easy. It's like one of the easiest things in the world to do. How is it running a YouTube channel versus having a regular job? It depends on your job. It's like the biggest thing that I would consider to be a bit of a downside is how obsessed you get because you're your own boss. So like back in the day, because I've worked traditional jobs, right? Plenty of different ones, even IT consulting, management of printers, administrative work. I've done a bunch of different stuff before I started doing YouTube full time. The biggest difference is like when I would get out of work, which usually most of the stuff that I did would either be 6 p.m., 7 p.m., unless I was pulling an all-nighter, which when you're doing IT consulting, at least the way that I did it, pulling all-nighters was actually very useful because, you know, oh, the users aren't using their computers at night. I'll just stay overnight and I'll get to do so much more maintenance, so much easier without anybody getting in my way. So I would do a lot of all-nighters as well. But the idea, I was about to say fundamentally again, I stopped myself. The idea is when you're done with your work day, like, you know, that 6 p.m., 7 p.m., depending on how late you're working that day, your mind, poof, it's thinking about something else now. It's like, oh man, what am I going to do when I get home? You know, I'm going to play this video game, or I'm going to go out to the movies, or I'm going to go do this thing. This is how my head would be when I was in a traditional job. Ever since I started doing YouTube full time, for starters, there's no such thing as like, oh, at 6 p.m., at 7 p.m., my workday is done. No, this doesn't happen. And that is the biggest downside, is that your brain is always on. It's always like, what video am I making tomorrow? What live stream am I making tomorrow? Like, for instance, like I told you guys last week, it was going to be rough for me to do content that week because I knew that was going to be a rough week, right? And even though I didn't make that many videos, I didn't make that many live streams or anything like that, not 24/7, because some of the hours in the day you're actually sleeping, but every single waking moment that I wasn't either recording or doing a live stream or whatever, my brain's like, I should be thinking about an idea. I need to have an idea for my next video. I need to think about what my next video is going to be. What's the next live stream? When's the next game that I'm going to cover coming out? It doesn't stop. You can't stop it. That's the difference between a more traditional job and YouTube. Unless you're like an entrepreneur, then I guess it's probably fairly similar. If you have like your own company and whatever, I guess it might be a little bit more similar, but that's the idea. It's actually 4, Tommy Giggles. Do you miss the old days when all you were thinking instead was, what terminus weapon am I grinding until 2 a.m.? That's not the old days. That was earlier this year. All-nighters or late-night server upgrades come with the IT space? Oh, yeah. I did a whole lot of those. I used to have a leadership position. Your brain also rarely stops. Yep, hit it after a few years. True. Turn off brain, don't think, 10 nods. Chief Hellhunter, thank you very much for the souls. Tip of the hat. Appreciate support. Thank you. But yeah, it's that would be one of the biggest things. But anyways, in regards to the whole MrBeast stuff, just wrap it up. One of the things that I did notice that I think was a bit of a problem is that YouTube has also been protecting MrBeast ever since this thing happened, because there was this video that came out, which is this one by this guy Docpack404, which says, I work for MrBeast, he's a fraud. And I've watched this video, and the interesting thing was, if you would try to look for this video, it wouldn't show up. So it was like secretly pulled off of the algorithm. And I think eventually YouTube just realized, well, this is actually doing more harm than good, because now people are accusing us of showing favoritism. But they have been showing favoritism. Like, there's been a bunch of videos. I don't know how public this information is, but I've seen a lot of people show receipts for this. A lot of videos criticizing Jimmy have been getting taken down based in copyright. Which is like, bro, listen, you guys ever heard of the Streisand effect? Because that's what happened to this video. Like, the first time I watched this video, it had almost no views. But due to the fact that they kept, you know, preventing the video from coming up, it just kept ballooning because everybody was looking for the video even more. Everybody wanted to check. Wait, but is it actually true? Is it not true? What the hell happened? So, yeah, that's the Streisand in full effect. So, you know, what is happening with this situation is that I think Ava Chris Tyson is a weirdo. It is that simple. Messaging miners and all that stuff. There's apparently some Discord leaks that also implicate MrBeast in some of those messages. If he's doing it, he's a weirdo too, and that's just all there is to it. That's all the takes that you need for that particular situation. That's it. You know? But yeah, it's a fucked up situation. I don't like it. It is what it is. Great, was worried you didn't see it. Oh yeah, I saw it. I saw the video. Which, you know, it talks about how a lot of his videos are actually fake because a lot of the giveaways end up being given to friends of the crew and stuff like that. Again, this is not something that I have the patience to go and investigate on a deep level, but I'm sure there's a billion internet sleuths already out there looking up this information, cross-referencing it, and they're going to be getting billions of views talking about it. So I'm sure everything is going to get surfaced regardless. But it's pretty fucked up if that's the case. And I think that his brand is definitely going to be taking a massive hit. A massive hit. The video had mixed takes for me, but definitely got the trending off the back of prior news with Jimmy's friend. Sad state of affairs for them. Yep, YouTube has shielded the algorithm for big channels because big channels are those who run YouTube. YouTube has definitely shown preference plenty of times. I mean, I've even talked about it, I think, in the most recent Mythic Banter, and I've talked about it in this thing, about how me and Hengist found this hidden YouTube feature, worked with them to fix the feature, and then rather than giving us the opportunity to do something special with the feature, they turned around and found a huge channel and gave the opportunity to them and paid them to use the feature that me and Hengist worked on fixing. And that never felt right with me. And even before that, there was heavy preference being given when it came to gaming videos to Machinima. If you're old enough to even know what Machinima is, because they're not around anymore. You know, back in the day when I was a content creator trying to make my way in YouTube, like, I was never given the same opportunities that everybody else was, depending on their different levels of popularity and who they happen to know in the YouTube ecosystem. So yeah, they give preferential treatment. It's like that in pretty much every industry, so this shouldn't be news for anyone. I even remember there was this one time where Susan Wojcicki was talking to some content creator. This was a long time ago. But she was talking to some content creator about how apparently he wasn't getting that many views, and she literally said the words, "We need to get your views up." And I was like, what the fuck does that mean? We need to get your views up. The fuck? I thought this was all supposed to be above board. Oh no, we need to get your views up. Yeah, sure. Like, you don't artificially boost people's views. Very much like in the same way that a while back YouTube was found to have that P rating thing, which is like you know, they give like an age rating to your videos, and then based around that age rating stuff, you would get recommended to more or less people. And it was hilarious to me because I would go and I would find like random videos of mine that had no curse words, no nothing, and it was, you know, adult rating or something like that, or mature rating. I forget exactly what rating it was, but it was mature rating. And then, you know, you'd go to one of those late night talk show videos, the one where some dude, I forget his name, I think it was, damn it, I always bring up this example, I never know his name, but basically the guy was talking about how Trump was Putin's cock holster, and that was rated PG-13, and I was like, what the fuck, bro? Excuse me? My video has no curse words, rated mature, and then this dude's talking about how Trump's mouth is Putin's cock holster, and that is somehow PG-13. All right. That seems reasonable. Oh, man. Remember when YouTube white knighted for Sniper Wolf? Oh, yeah, that one was another one. Yeah, true. So yeah, basically, yes, YouTube is biased, very much biased. This is also the reason why I still don't have my 100,000 subscribers plaque, and I'm probably never going to get it. It's like, you know, it is what it is. YouTube is not unbiased. No, they're biased towards their biggest creators, 100%. 100%. Do you think they will give us a free demo for Wilds after Gamescom? No. I don't think that's in the cards. I mean, they will eventually do a Wilds demo, but it's not going to be shortly after Gamescom, I wouldn't expect. I'll make you a plaque out of toilet roll tubes. Yes. Rurikhan, I'm visiting Lisbon at the end of August for 10 days. Any must visits? I'm not a big tourist in Portugal. I don't really go out much, to be honest. I mean, I guess there's a lot of cool stuff to watch in Lisbon, particularly the more historical centers. You can go to downtown Lisbon. You got to ride the tram because that's a very traditional thing that we do. The tram. You could see one of our castles, Castle St. George in Lisbon. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, go to the place where we have our custard pies, pastéis de Belém. Definitely get one of those. And yeah, just see some stuff around that area. I think it'll be fine. But I don't think there's anything that's like, oh, you gotta see this thing. I would definitely recommend getting the custard pies, because those are really good. Blaine Tower is pretty, yeah. Oh, man. But jumping from that into another interesting situation. Bro, it's just drama, drama, drama. To our esteemed Japanese community, this is from Ubisoft, based in Assassin's Creed Shadow, and the feedback that they've been getting. To our esteemed Japanese community, a message from the Assassin's Creed Shadow development team. First, we want to express our heartfelt thanks for all your support for the Assassin's Creed series, which now has its own history spanning almost 20 years. Over this time, we have explored various settings, time periods, and characters from an assassin during the Third Crusade to a Viking in 9th century England and countless more. For many of our team, creating the Assassin's Creed game set in feudal Japan has been a long-cherished dream. Since the announcement of Assassin's Creed Shadows, we have received many positive reactions. I don't know about that. But also some criticism, including from you, our Japanese players. So it turns out, because I've been seeing a lot of people say that, like, oh, there's actually not that many Japanese players complaining. Considering that the official Assassin's Creed account is posting an apology, I would say there's probably a lot of Japanese players complaining. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. We share your passion for history and deeply respect your care for the historical and cultural integrity of your rich heritage. We'd like to address a few points to clarify our intentions and creative decisions. We have put significant effort into ensuring an immersive and respectful representation of feudal Japan. That's bullshit! Because, as you guys know, the whole thing with the rice stuff, with the rice buckets, the raining, the what do you call the symbols that the characters have for the different clans and all that stuff, that's all been very poorly represented. The matter of fact that, like, there's this huge black samurai running around Japan, and everybody's like, oh yes, it's perfectly normal to just have him there, and he's like this legendary figure that is beloved by all. Like, none of those things screams authenticity, regardless of how you feel about the whole Yasuke situation, which, by the way, I don't give a fuck about, okay? However, our intention has never been to present any of our Assassin's Creed games, including Assassin's Creed Shadows, as factual representations of history or historical characters. Instead, we aim to spark curiosity and encourage players to explore and learn more about the historical settings we get inspired by. Again, there was an FAQ about Assassin's Creed Shadows where they were very much saying stuff about how, oh my god, this is going to be so accurate, you guys have no idea, we're really diving deep into the authenticity of the experience that Assassin's Creed Shadows is going to be. They had that in their website. They probably removed it by now, I would imagine, but that was definitely a thing. So they very much did sell the game on its authenticity and all of that stuff. And now they're like, oh, the reality is I've never looked at Assassin's Creed game as historically authentic. The problem with this specific Assassin's Creed game is that it takes a character that actually existed historically And that is the protagonist. And that, I think, is where people have a problem. Because, you know, who the fuck was Ezio Auditore? Ezio Auditore didn't fucking exist. Who is Altair? He didn't exist either. These are made-up characters for these games. So that, you know, original story, all of that. Who's, what was his name? Desmond Miles, I think, was the name of the guy who connects with Ezio Auditore. Like, who's him? Right? Again, doesn't exist. So these are all things that I feel are contributing towards the fact that people are very upset about the whole Yasuke thing. Naturally, there's also the DEI aspect and all of that. But like I said, I don't care if the protagonist is black or not. To be honest, this isn't even the thing that we should be talking about, but we'll get into that a little bit further ahead. Assassin's Creed Shadows is first and foremost designed to be an entertaining video game that tells you a compelling historical fiction set in feudal Japan. Our team extensively collaborated with external consultants, historians, researchers, and internal teams at Ubisoft Japan to inform our creative choices. You've done a piss-poor job because you've come out as completely creatively bankrupt when it comes to how you're representing this whole thing. From the rice buckets to, you know, because supposedly the seasons and stuff, they don't match up with what is being presented in the gameplay trailers. The iconography of the characters, the clan logos, all of that is problematic. And to top it off, you also go with the traditional, you know, let's just put in a rap song because that makes sense. You guys remember when they did that shit for Doom Eternal? I was like, bro, what the fuck? You got Mick Gordon out here making these banger soundtracks, then you're gonna, you know, blast this game to fucking mumble rap? Bro, what the fuck? And then they did the same thing for Mortal Kombat 1. It's weird, dude. It's fucking weird. But, you know, it is what it is. Despite these sustained efforts, we acknowledge that some elements in our promotional materials have caused concern within the Japanese community. For this, we sincerely apologize. All game footage presented so far is in development, and the game will keep evolving until launch. Based on the constructive criticism we have received, we will continue our efforts until we put this game into your hands and beyond. You see, when they say and beyond here, it sounds like a threat. It sounds like, bro, we're going to put it in your hands and then we're going to... it's going to go right up. Yeah, no, thanks. I did not sign for the Ubisoft Plus experience. That's not the experience I'm looking for. We also want to clarify that while we have been consulting with many people throughout the development process, they are in no way responsible for the decisions that are taken by the creative teams in the interest, gameplay, and entertainment. Consequently, we respectfully request that any criticism not be directed at our collaborators, both internal and external. Creative liberties and historical inspirations. While we strive for authenticity in everything that we do, Assassin's Creed games are works efficient and inspired by real historical events and figures. From its inception, the series has taken creative license and incorporated fantasy elements to craft engaging and immersive experiences. The representation of Yasuke in our game is an illustration of this. His unique and mysterious life made him an ideal candidate to tell an Assassin's Creed story with the setting of feudal Japan as a background. While Yasuke is depicted as a samurai in Assassin's Creed Shadows, we acknowledge that this is a matter of debate and discussion. I could swear that a couple of weeks ago, the story was, he absolutely is a samurai. We know it. It's been 100% proven. And for those of you who don't know, there's actually been this super weird thing going on with this fucking writer, Thomas Lockley, who apparently was quoting his own work before his work was even published and posting that shit to Wikipedia. So it became kind of like a snake eating its own ass type of thing, where it was like, oh yes, what's the source? The source is this book from this author. Okay, and then you go to the book. Okay, what's the source in the book? This Wikipedia article that references this book. That was the, you know, the proof that Yasuke was a samurai, apparently. We have woven this carefully into our narrative, and with our other lead character, the Japanese shinobi Naoe, who is equally important in the game, our dual protagonists provide players with different gameplay styles. We greatly value your feedback and encourage you to continue sharing your thoughts respectfully. While we understand that meeting everyone's expectations is very difficult, we sincerely hope that when Assassin's Creed Shadows launches on November 15th, players in Japan and around the world will appreciate the dedication, effort, and passion we have poured into it. Still, I think that the biggest thing about this is how they want to put this game into our hands. and beyond. Bro. Bro. That's fucking crazy, dude. That's fucking crazy. Honestly, Yasuke should have been a Mindra-like finger like Bossum in previous Assassin's Creed game. It's obviously a much cooler approach. It's like, listen, I have so many more problems with this game than this. Like on the list of things that are a problem to me with Assassin's Creed Shadows, this is probably like in the 8th or 9th place. Okay? With the number one obviously being the fucking price. When are people actually going to talk about do we just accept this? Do we just take this shit lying down? The way in which they price this, where they fucking slice off chunks of the game and then sell it to you at a premium, chunks of the game that are already made and produced? Like, what the fuck are we talking about here, bro? Do we just accept this now? This is like, oh no, this is perfectly fine. This is because people, they've accepted this for Star Wars Outlaws. They've accepted this for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Nobody complains about it. Everything's fine. All we talk about is this fucking bullshit about whether or not Yasuke is a fucking samurai. It's like, when are we going to talk about things that are actually way more important, like the fucking pricing structure of the fucking game? They've been doing it since Assassin's Creed 3 and got away with it, so yeah, we just accept it now. Bro, I can't believe that people just accept that shit. I can't believe it. We just accept it. It's like, yeah, we just enjoy getting fucked in the ass, bro. That's just what we do. That's just what we do. This would have never even gotten to this point if, rather than doubling down on the authenticity of the game, Ubisoft would just come out and say, like, Source, we made it the fuck up. It's a video game. Just say that. Nobody would care. Like, listen, Yasuke is shown as a samurai in Nioh 2, and nobody cared. There's a mission, the Obsidian Samurai. You fight Yasuke, and I'm sure he's represented in other video games too. Nobody complained about it. Nobody cares. Why? Because it's a fucking fantasy game. It's got fucking Japanese demons and shit. Nobody cared. It's like, bro, just say that. Just say, listen, it's not historically accurate. Okay, boom, done. So, end of. He's shown as samurai in loads of Japanese-made media. Yeah. It's just like, guys, it's just a fucking made-up story. Who cares? The problem was that they kept doubling down. No, you 100% it happened like this. We know, we got it for a fact. And there was like fucking wars about Wikipedia pages back and forth with people editing Wikipedia pages to make him a samurai. I was like, bro, this is the dumbest fucking drama I've seen in my life. And the best part about this is this game is going to be complete ass, because every Assassin's Creed that I've played since Assassin's Creed 2 pretty much has been ass. Well, I guess maybe not Assassin's Creed Black Flag. That was pretty badass. But, you know, most of the Assassin's Creed games have been ass. And this game is going to be ass. And it is still going to be grossly profitable, okay? This game sells minimum 10 million copies first week. And that's minimum. I fucking guarantee it. 10 million copies first week. Why? Because Ubisoft has trained people to eat that slop. Eat that fucking slop, dude. For the katana is in the museum somewhere. They stole... Oh, yeah, they stole the... It was not the design. No. No, Kegrin, you got that wrong. They didn't steal the design. They bought the Zoro katana off of Amazon. And they even left the kanji there, I think. So that was like Roronoa Zoro... I think that's his name. Roronoa Zoro's katana. And they're like, oh yeah, it's red, looks cool. Put that shit in there. And that was their exposition. They didn't give a fuck. Oh yeah, dude, they just straight up bought that shit on Amazon. Like, you want to see it? You can just go... Wait, let me bring it up. Like, it's right here. It was this katana. Which, look at what I looked for. Zoro katana. Boom. Right here. Wait. You guys can't see it. If you go look at the pictures from that exposition, it's literally this. It is literally this. And I think the reason it's this one is because I think this is one of the cheapest katanas you can buy. This is only 50 bones. This is one of the cheapest katanas you can buy on Amazon. Imagine, bro. Imagine. That's how much respect they have for longsword users, by the way. Rurikhan will be trying to Visions of Mana demo. Maybe. We'll see. Doesn't matter if he's a samurai or not. It's that people don't trust the Western creative vision and authenticity of it. I mean, it's because it's not authentic. It's just not. It is what it is. But yeah. Yeah, that's the Assassin's Creed situation. On to better news. You guys been playing No Man's Sky? Bro, No Man's Sky popped the fuck off, dude. The world's update is phenomenal. Been having an absolute blast with the game. I even made a really cool thumbnail that I did yesterday for my second expedition stream that I never changed the thumbnail originally. But I was like, no, we got to make a better one. Like, look at this thumbnail. Isn't this a gorgeous thumbnail? Look at this. Wonder how many people even know who this guy is. Dude, I can't recommend No Man's Sky enough, okay? No Man's Sky is awesome. See you later, transconservative waifu. Starship Troopers film? Thank God I'm not old enough to the point where people don't even recognize my references. Thank you! It's Grace Van Dien's dad. I don't know who that is. Who is that guy? That's Rico! It's fucking Rico, dude! Rico's Roughnecks! Starship Troopers, baby. Nah, but No Man's Sky is really cool. It's a lot of fun. Even though I know exactly where my No Man's Sky addiction's gonna drive me. And it's gonna drive me right back to Elite Dangerous. That's where it all ends. I'm gonna end up back in Elite Dangerous. Flying my Imperial... Is it the Clipper? Forget if it's the Clipper or the... No, it's not the Cutter. The Cutter's the more expensive one. Although I do have a Cutter as well. But I'm gonna end up flying the Imperial Clipper. My Imperial Clipper at high speed. But yeah. No Man's Sky Worlds. If you've never checked it out, I would recommend you do. The expedition was pretty fun, except for the part where you had to look for an Apex Predator. And apparently, Apex Predator is glitched this expedition. So, my guide didn't work for everyone. Not everybody got the Apex Predator in the same place I did, which was kind of annoying. But, you know, there are other Apex Predators that people can find. You should buy the microtransaction ships in Elite. Wait, does Elite actually sell ships? Are you for real? You can buy ships for real money in Elite? Bro, what the fuck? You actually sell one of the best ships in the game for real money? You're just gonna sell one of the best ships in the game for real money. Alright. Alright. No, I think that's great. That's fucking great. Wait, this is the Python Mark II. I don't know if I've ever seen the Python Mark II. I thought we only had the Python Mark I back when I played. No, this... I don't know if this is the same Python I used to have. I can't... And it includes engineering? It's like, bro... It's upgraded basically like Prime Warframe. Can you get it in-game? Can you buy those ships in-game? I mean, you can buy the Diamondback. I know that much. But somebody was saying you can buy it on the 7th of August. Is it limited? Is it FOMO? Wait, what is this August 7 bullshit? So you can only buy the new Python at certain designated dates? No, right now it's early access. Oh, okay, so it just goes live on the 7th of August. Pay to get it now, or... Oh my... And it's a fucking Python, and like you guys are saying, it's just a better version of the Python, which the Python is already one of the best all-around ships. That is fucking disgusting. Can't wait until they pre-sell you the Anaconda Mark II, which is, I think the Anaconda is probably the most popular ship in the whole game. So likely they're going to do the same thing for the Anaconda. If they're doing it for the Python, next one, probably going to be the Anaconda. They're going to milk you for an Anaconda too. It's disgusting, dude. If you buy it with real money, you get everything with engineering. What type of engineering, though? The alien engineering? Because I already have all of the other engineering stuff. The engineering stuff that I was missing, I think, was alien. That's disgusting. It's disgusting. I was excited to jump back into Elite maybe later today, and you guys just took that away from me. You just took that away from me, man. I can't believe you would do me like this. I think that the next game that I need to check out is actually, what was it called? I know that I own it. It's a ship game, something to... Here we go. It's this one. I think this one's probably the next one that I'm checking out. Everspace 2. I don't know what the flight model in this is like. I hope it's fun. Rip good game. I mean, more like rip morals, bro. Late stage fucking greed. This makes me worried about Wild's microtransactions. I mean, look, every time that I talk with the team, I give them feedback on how the community feels about the microtransactions that they've done. That's all I can do. Hopefully it'll improve. It's just such a disgusting thing to just... Because, like, this isn't a free game. You're paying to play Elite Dangerous, and you have to pay for the... What's it called? The Odyssey upgrade and all of these things. You're paying for these things. Least you can do is not engage in pay-to-win microtransaction bullshit. So anyway, in more good news, Xbox 360 Marketplace closes down. The Xbox 360 store closes its doors today. This is one of the reasons why I've started moving more towards gaming on my PCs, is because you're constantly seeing the big three closing down stores, whether that is Nintendo closing down the 3DS store, PlayStation trying to close down the PlayStation 3 store and the PlayStation Vita store, or they've already been closed down. I don't even know anymore. But, you know, there's that. I think that we already closed down other Xbox stores, but now you're also closing down the Xbox 360 store. And it's like, bro, I have no faith whatsoever in digital video games and consoles at this rate. I have no faith at all in digital video games and consoles. And if we're going to do digital video games, at least I'll get the cheaper ones on Steam. Boom, done. Because, like, none of these companies appears to care about video game preservation. They don't care. They don't give a fuck. Like, yep, it's gone. Fucking gone, brother. It was there and now it's gone forever. You tried a Notria? I'm probably not going to try a Notria. Mostly because it's this... Enotria and Flintlock, for me, have the same problem, in which I have a hard time getting immersed just by looking at the animations. Like, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, Ratatosker was streaming Enotria, and I popped into his stream just to look at the game a little bit more, and he was, like, swinging a greatsword, and I was like, bro, why does that sword look like it's made out of foam? It's got the weight of a foam sword, dude. It's floating in the air as you're swinging it around. I was like, oh, I can't. You need to understand, one of the things that really brought me into the Souls games is because they were able to convincingly represent the weight of a weapon. Like, you swing a fucking Zweihander in Dark Souls 1, and you feel the weight of those weapons. And when I see a lot of these Souls-likes that are coming out, like Flintlock, and specifically these recent two, Flintlock and Enotria, I look at those animations and I'm like, bro, I can't feel the weight of the weapon. It's weird. Yeah, Monster Hunter does fantastic feeling weighty weapons, for sure. According to Facts for Life, there were some performance issues. This has nothing to do with performance. This is the feel of animations. You'd hate God Eater? This is Tummy Giggles. It's funny you should say that. Funny you should say that. God Eater 3 demo gameplay feels bad. And then immediately had to follow it up. God Eater 3 Let's Talk. Because the other video had a bunch of fucking dislikes. Oh God. The reality is, I wanted to like God Eater 3 more. By the way, I own God Eater 3. I bought it. I'd never played it, but I did buy it. But it's like, I did feel like God Eater 3 feels very floaty, and that's why I complained about it. But the fan base of that game went over to my video and shat all over me because they were like, this is what we want. And I was like, you want a game that feels weightless and floaty? I don't know what to tell you, because I think the game looks great. I think the game is fun, but I also think that there's some issues with the animations for sure. Cypher, I actually played God Eater 1 and 2. Not the whole way, but I've played bits of those games before I played Monster Hunter World. So it's like, I know what God Eater is like. I just expected them, if they were going to release a game after Monster Hunter World, I expected that they were going to put more effort into more accurately representing the animations. But they sure as fuck didn't. They sure as fuck didn't. Addressing your feedback, that's fucking hilarious. Hey, look, it wasn't often back then. It wasn't often that I had a video that would receive a bunch of dislikes. And so it was important that people would understand where I was coming from. Because in that other video, I also basically told them, I'm right and you're wrong. And people didn't like that. There were a bunch of back and forths. I think in that video, there's like a comment that was like, you know, one of those fucking essays. Somebody wrote an essay of a comment in that video. Yeah, Xbox 360 Marketplace closes down. Fucking sucks. I'm focusing more and more on PC. This is one of the reasons. It is what it is. I think it's a terrible thing for them to close these stores, mostly because I feel like these stores don't probably even cost them that much to maintain. So what's the big deal? Just leave it up. But, you know, they want you to buy the new hardware, so it is what it is. Now, this next bit is about Capcom. They had a shareholders meeting, which, yeah, man, those investors, they got them big brain ideas, man. They got them big brain ideas. So these were some of the questions that they've hit up Capcom with. One of the questions was, wouldn't you be able to capture more profit by bumping up the release date of the next Monster Hunter title currently scheduled for 2025 to December 2024 holiday season? Guys, listen. Just, I have this big brain idea, okay? I can't believe you guys didn't think of this. I can't believe you guys didn't think of this. Because this is clearly the most big brain thing ever. Just release it earlier. just finish the game. Guys, why can't you just finish the game? Just finish it and release it in December. Bro. When I read this, I was like, these are the people that largely control the flow of money in the gaming industry. You can't make this shit up. Oh man. Just look, just I'm gonna go like Trump. Listen, just wrap it up. Just finish it faster. If I was in charge of that, I would finish that game so fast. I'm so much better at finishing games. You don't understand. I'm the best when it comes to... Wait, I'm the best when it comes to finishing games. I finish games better than most developers. I'm the best. So, if I was in charge, they would finish the game, and we would have the game sooner. I actually can't do a good Trump impression. I'm terrible. No, but it's like... Anyway, their response was, we plan to announce the release timing for the latest Monster Hunter title once preparations are complete. We hope you're looking forward to it. We remain committed to achieving our goal of 10% or better operating profit growth each fiscal year. There you go. It's like, let them cook. It's that simple. That's my opinion on that. But see, there was something that I remember talking about this, which was that they're working on a follow-up engine to the RE engine, which they're calling the Rex engine. Now, if I'm not mistaken, didn't Kojima call an engine that he was working on a while ago? Didn't he also call that the Rex engine? Metal Gear Rex. No, it was called the Fox engine. I thought for some reason the Kojima had an engine that was also called the Rex engine. But no, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. It was the Metal Gear Solid 5 actually uses Decima, I think. Fox was something that he was working on, but I don't know if they've ever made a game on it because he then left Konami. But yeah, tell me about your progress on the REX engine, the successor to your proprietary RE engine. We're updating development with the aim of improving efficiency and achieving photoreal graphics technology. We hope for you to look forward to future announcements regarding specific titles. So I'm thinking Wilds is still just RE engine, right? Yeah, it's still just RE. It's not Rex. It's probably Pragmata is going to be the one that uses Rex engine, I would imagine. But yeah, another cool thing that came out of this, though, which made me a little bit happy, the ratio of physical game sales is decreasing as end-user needs for digital is increasing. What is your outlook on physical games and the company's policy regarding this? Given that a significant number of end users demand physical games, we currently do not expect to eliminate physical products. Good. Don't eliminate physical products. If anything, we should be tripling down, quadrupling down in physical products. Because the way things are going, I don't know, man. I just get a bad vibe off of digital. Bad vibes off of digital. There was another one in here. Like, people were actually talking about Dragon's Dogma 2 in chat, saying how it wasn't a finished game. On release, Dragon's Dogma 2 suffered from in-game issues and was criticized by some players. How do you address this going forward? I think the criticism they're talking about here is the performance issues around Vermin, or is it Vernworth? Vernworth? I forget which one's the town name, which one's the location name. I'd imagine that's what they're talking about. This title sold approximately 2.6 million units in fiscal year 2023. We're overall satisfied with its performance and expect the game to contribute to catalog sales in fiscal year 2024. Wait. How did it sell 2.6 million units in 2023? This has to be wrong, right? Because we're in 2024. The game released in 2024. Oh, fiscal 2023. Never mind. I'm an idiot. However, we take the opinions and requests from players regarding the game's specifications seriously and are working to address them while respecting the worldview of the game. Personally, I was very happy with Dragon's Dogma 2. It's not perfect, but I still loved it. So, you know. Anyway, you have announced Monster Hunter Wilds for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC, but not for portable platforms like Nintendo Switch. Will this game be limited to these non-portable consoles? It's not by their choice. It's not like they're choosing not to put it out on the Switch. It's that they can't. If they want to make a game that looks like Monster Hunter Wilds, can't be released on the Switch. Don't work. Maybe it could be released on the Switch too. One concept we've incorporated into this title is aiming to portray the maximum of the world of Monster Hunter by utilizing the latest technology to its limit. To that end, the platforms capable of realizing that concept are currently the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Actually, you should slash the Xbox Series X, S. Because, to be fair, you could make the argument, well, if it's on the Series S, it's more like the Xbox Series ass. I'm telling you guys, the Xbox Series S is like a fucking boat anchor on the Microsoft branding, okay? It's a boat anchor. It's a big-ass fucking boat anchor that is tanking the whole thing, dragging us all back, dude. Then you'd have to slash the X2. Why would you have to slash Xbox Series X? Like, look, just tell Phil Spencer to surgically remove the stick up his ass with the whole fucking Xbox Series S thing. And it's like, look, just tell Phil Spencer, listen, guys, look, okay, listen, the Xbox Series S is just not that powerful. It's just not that powerful, okay? It's not. It's a terrible fucking console. I'm sorry, bro. Like, listen, the Xbox Series S is a cloud machine. That's what it is. It's a cloud machine, and it's like, you guys know back in the day, Xbox 360 had like the Xbox arcade stuff. That's what that is for. It's the Xbox arcade box with cloud capabilities. That's it. Anyway, going forward, we'll provide more thorough details regarding these concepts and themes and release information on the game. We hope you look forward to it. I've heard Monster Hunter Wilds will support cross-platform play. However, in order for that players to be able to enjoy the game with peace of mind, I would like to make an announcement. I would like you make an announcement on how you'll handle cheating and mods. Thank you for a valuable opinion. This title will support cross-platform play. We ask that you please wait for further details regarding this. They're probably going to implement some type of anti-cheat. What's the name? Exoprimal. Didn't Exoprimal have anti-cheat? It used easy anti-cheat. So that's probably what you're going to be getting with Monster Hunter Wilds. That would be what I would expect. There's a couple of more things, but this covers most of the stuff that we usually care about. But yeah, it's it'd be cool if we could get Wilds on Switch too. That's probably not going to happen. You obviously can't have Wilds on Switch. So, you know, it is what it is. Wonder if Hunter Pie will trigger the anti-cheat. What's Hunter Pie? I don't even know what that is. Because Japan loves the Switch, man. I love the Switch. I love the Switch too. But I recognize that it's going to have some limitations. I mean, one of the most impressive things that I've ran on the Switch is No Man's Sky. Did you guys know that No Man's Sky actually runs on the Switch pretty decently? Like, I was impressed when I saw it. I don't know what it looks like with the Worlds update, but yeah, it's on the Switch. So in other news, also somewhat related to Monster Hunter, a new eyeless spider just dropped, and its namesake fittingly comes from Monster Hunter. So apparently some scientists discovered a blind spider. And apparently there's a Wikipedia page about this. Wait, we can actually just... Oh, it's not in here yet. Oh well. But basically, they are, they named that spider the Otocilia kezu, which you can see in detail here. Otocilia kezu, juvenile in life. Oh man, I just want... Wait, oh yeah, you can't see it. There it is. The blind spider, named after Kezu. Oh, it's pretty cool. Steam Deck is a thing, you know, if you want to play portable. I actually would like to get a Steam Deck, but I would like to see them refresh their hardware before I do. And it's time to shout out the Longbeards, the Giga Chads, C Manta, James Cheek 7507, Devin Widener, Astron RH, KJ Plays, Sherlock Para, Mitaku, Philip Grubham, ESS 99, Colbrick, Luis Rosa, Slam Iron, Khalid Salih, Red Pigbank, Rambo the Nerd, Saphirian, John Coombs, Pegay 83, Lord Snake, Pizza Man Invaded, Mizzen Jamal, Angry Scott's Dad 23, Alex S, Robert 396, Shelby Necco. Thank you very much for being grossly incandescent as Longbeards, you Giga Chads. Tip of the hat. Appreciate the support from you and all the Iron Breakers out there. I really appreciate everybody supporting the show. Without you guys, things would be way, way rougher because, yeah, YouTube revenue is extremely unstable, so I appreciate you. But also, I appreciate everyone that just shows up to the show. And remember, you can also help by hitting that like button. It helps me out so much. Thank you very much for helping out. Now, and some more positive news... The third DLC for Remnant 2 has been announced. It is called The Dark Horizon, and is going to be chucking in a free game mode. I actually wasn't even aware of this, and a progression system to boot. So obviously, since we already had the DLC for Losum, we've had the DLC for Yesha. The next DLC is going to be in Neyrud. Remnant 2 rules I've not talked about or played it in a while. Mind, that's because it's not a game that overstays its welcome, nor does it string you along with battle passes and endless mandatory FOMO grinds. It's just a very competent, imaginative, Souls-like shoot-'em-up ARPG that sees you gunning through multiple worlds, packed with some excellent build variety. By the way, in case anybody is wondering, I heavily recommend Remnant 2. It was my game of the year for 2023. It is a fantastic game, and it does not receive the recognition that it deserves. It is so fucking good. It is a fantastic game. I would recommend even getting like whatever version comes with all the DLC because it's worth it. The DLC is phenomenal as well, so that would be my recommendation. If you've never played Remnant 2, you most definitely should. I'm so sad they call it Final DLC now, since Tragic teased that there may be more in the podcast with you. The problem is, and this is like, for whatever reason, there's this thing about Remnant 2 that it is actually extremely underappreciated, and I don't understand why. It should be way more popular than it is, and it's not. It's almost like they've been cursed. You know, like how I get cursed every now and then in the YouTube algorithm? It's like they were cursed in all of the algorithms out there because people don't talk about this game. When I make content for this game, it doesn't get any views. It's like, why don't people care about this game? It's a fucking amazing game. I can't, dude, I can't. And then I have to listen to people tell me about how there's nothing to play. And I was like, have you played Remnant 2? No. But there's nothing to play. It's like, motherfucker, play some fucking games, please. Please. Like, just look at Gaijin, right? Gaijin doesn't even tend to play these games that much. And I was like, Gaijin, you should check out Remnant 2. He was fucking hooked on it for like 3 weeks straight. He played that game till the brakes fell off, dude. It's so good. It's actually free on PS Plus Extra right now if you have a PS5. It's free on PS Plus. Please, play Remnant 2. Tell your friends to play Remnant 2. It's got co-op, and it works really good in co-op. The bosses are still challenging in co-op. Remnant 2 is fucking phenomenal. That final boss is insane. I still haven't beaten it. It just takes a little bit of practice. You'll get it. Remnant 2 is amazing, dude. And I've been making so many videos recommending Remnant 2. It's always frustrating that this game hasn't seen the success that it deserves. It's like, you better believe I want more Remnant, bro. I need more Remnant in my life. When we launched Remnant 2 1 year ago, we promised the release of all 3 DLCs in this first year, so we've made a difficult decision to move back the release of our 3rd DLC so that we have more time to deliver you the best possible experience that you deserve. While broken promises are never ideal, I'm willing to give Gunfire Games plenty of slack here just because how solid these past DLCs have been. They've been really good. DLCs add layers to them to... So I never mentioned the mystery game mode, which will be free for everyone. That's another thing. Even if you don't get the DLC, they've been putting additional stuff into the game that's not just for people that buy the DLC. And apparently there's a mystery game mode. That'll be interesting. Wave-based survival gauntlet. Maybe. I don't know. But it's going to be solid, and I'm going to be playing it here in the channel for sure. The biggest question is whether I'm going to be playing it on PS5 or on PC, if I'm able to actually run through the whole game on PC. We'll see. Rurikhan, what is your favorite Souls-like game? Depends on whether or not I'm allowed to actually include From Software games. This is something that I don't really think about that much, like what is my favorite Souls-like game? I'd have to like go back to all of my Souls-like videos to figure out which one would be my favorite one. I'll tell you right now, Remnant 2 is up there. Remnant 2 is definitely up there. Lies of P is also very good. Even if I have a love-hate relationship with it. I don't know if we're calling Stellar Blade a Souls-like. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to like go over a bunch of videos to be able to figure out which one's been my favorite over the years. I don't count Remnant 2 as a Souls-like. It's a looter shooter. I definitely don't think it's a looter shooter. I definitely disagree with that. Because the loot is not random. It's static loot. But yeah, if we're including From Software games, it'd be Dark Souls 1. I love Dark Souls 1. Dark Souls 1 is just so good. Do you really have to grind in Remnant 2? No. You don't have to grind in Remnant 2. I mean, there are some grinds that you can do if you want. But it's more about knowing. It's more about exploring and learning than necessarily grinding. That one game with suits of armor you put on as a spirit. Suits of armor you put on as a spirit. Is that, I played that, didn't I? I think I remember the name. No, I don't remember the name, but I think I know which game you're talking about. I was not the biggest fan of that game. Mortal Shell, yeah, that's the one. So, this is also something that I talked about on Mythic Banter, which I think we've also talked about it here on one of my Anvils. Publishers eject too soon in their live service games, says Warframe developer CEO. It comes out, doesn't work, and they throw it away. This is hilarious coming from this guy. In an interview with VGC, he says that companies are too quick to pull the ripcord if their games don't do gangbusters on release. They think the release is make or break, and it's not. They have financial way to be persistent, so they never do it. It comes out, doesn't work, and they throw it away. Almost like you did with Wayfinder. Isn't that funny? The hypocrisy on the statement from this guy is fucking hilarious. Bro is like, hey, you know what? This Wayfinder thing isn't really working. We're going to cut our whole publishing division. And good luck, boys. Good luck, boys. So, yeah. It's rough. Did you go over the Elden Ring patch notes yet? No. I'm not going to. And it's like, I feel like a lot of the reasons why they ended up cutting Wayfinder is probably because of Soulframe. And then they show you Soulframe and it's like, bro, Wayfinder to me looks a million times better than Soulframe. It's not even remotely comparable. The main reason why I haven't played more Wayfinder is because I want them to release more stuff into the game so that I can have a better experience rather than burn myself out like I always do with a lot of early access games and then never touch them when they come out. I actually want to play way more Wayfinder. It's just I'm waiting for them to cook. Let them cook, and then we'll play it when it's done. Does anybody remember Scalebound? Bro, Scalebound's the reason why I have an Xbox One that I've never played. I have that bitch just like sitting at home, gathering dust. Never played that shit. All for fucking Scalebound, because I wanted to play Scalebound on a console. What a waste of my money. I love how Phil Spencer also came out back then, and he was like, don't worry, guys. Halo Wars is coming, bro. I don't give a fuck about Halo Wars, dude. On Scalebound. And remember, unlike a lot of people, I saw Scalebound being played in front of me. I saw it. It was a real video game. I saw them play it. I saw Hideki Kamiya. No, it wasn't him playing. Hideki Kamiya was just hanging out, and he would talk to us and shit. But he had somebody else play it. I was there in the room with Hideki Kamiya and Scalebound being played in the background, dude. Fucking God. That's so frustrating. I was there. I saw it. It was, I think it was Gamescom, was it 2015 or 2018? I forget if it was 15 or 18. When they announced when they announced they were canceling it. It was set to be released in 2017, and so 2015 is when I saw it. I saw it in 2015. It wasn't a dream? Oh no, it wasn't a dream. I wasn't the only one who saw it either. Globku saw it. You can ask him. Globku was in the room with me. We both saw it. Both of us saw it being played. Sounds like the rambling of a crazy person. Yeah. But basically, yeah, the guy from Warframe is being a little bit... He's being a little bit of a hypocrite. Saying how much, oh, people cancel live services too soon. Kind of like what we did to Wayfinder. Yes. Yes. Did Camilla block you in real life? No. He was chill. So in other news, there was this thing happening at San Diego Comic-Con. There was this little picture. I don't know if they have the picture in here. But basically there was a picture of a plaque that said Souls Reaver 1 and 2 Remaster. And they talk about it here in case you didn't see the stories over the weekend. A Soul Reaver statue was on display at San Diego Comic-Con. It was accompanied by a rather exciting plaque, which credited the statue to Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver 1 and 2 Remastered. Now, obviously, this threw nostalgic onlookers into a frenzy, like me. And it's fair to say that a lot of people were looking forward to an announcement during the event. However, the announcement never came, and as a result, doubt's been cast over the original leak. So what's going on? Well, from what we can see, the statue was real. There are several different photographs of it doing the rounds on social media, and no one's come forward to debunk its existence. However, the accompanying plaque was apparently removed from the display at some point over the weekend. Assuming the information on the plaque was accurate, its removal suggests that it wasn't supposed to be shown to the public, but then if that's the case, why was the plaque present to begin with at a convention where the supposed remaster failed to manifest anyway? It's a simple mistake, then it's a pretty big one, and one that's quite difficult to understand. Of course, it could just be that the remaster will be announced at a later date, and the scheduling got completely mixed up between companies. From what we understand, the statue was there on behalf of Dark Horse Comics, which had a range of merchandise on display at the show. I loved Soul Reaver. I think Soul Reaver is pretty badass. But, yeah. We might not be getting that remaster after all, which kind of sucks. Wish they would remaster Shadows of Memories and the Suffering. Dude, you know what we need? Listen, what we really need, everybody in this chat knows what we actually need, right? Guys, you know what we need. When it comes to remasters, you know what we need. Hey, Tom, what's up, brother? You guys all know what we need. Either a remaster or a remake. Come on, guys, you all know. Tell me. What game is it? What game needs that remaster? I mean, I'll take both of those. Both of those count. For You and Soul Sacrifice. I'll take both of those. For You and Soul Sacrifice! Please! Soul Sacrifice. Oh, man. Soul Sacrifice. I want it so bad, dude. That game's so dead on the Vita. Hello Kitty Island Adventure? No. Isn't there actually a Hello Kitty Island Adventure coming out this year? I think there is, yeah. Maybe just make new games. Agreed. Soul Sacrifice 2. That'd be even better. Or Soul Sacrifice Gamma. Call it whatever the fuck you want. But make one. So Capcom releases all their older Street Fighter titles with rollback netcode, but not a single Monster Hunter game. What the hell, dude? The team is looking forward. Okay? You guys remember my my podcast with Joe Boostis? That's what he said. The team is looking forward. They're looking forward. So it's like, I don't think we're getting any remasters. I don't think that's happening. I've asked. I'm like, guys, please, for Ultimate, please. But no, I've been told team is looking forward. Wilds. Wilds is the next Monster Hunter. Xenoblade X is also something I'd love to see on the Switch for sure. I think it'd be phenomenal. I think it'd be absolutely phenomenal. Can you turn the team 180 so that they look forward towards Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate? Nope. I'd rather them look at Wilds right now. We have Stories 1 Remaster, Rui. True. I don't think that's being made by the same team, though. Bloodborne Remastered PC, then. Thanks, From Software. That's never going to happen. That is never going to happen. Maybe Xeno X is being planned for Switch 2, Huff's Copium. That's some hefty copium you're sniffing, my brother. Let me join you. I want some of that copium too. Whoever did the Shadow of Colossus remaster should do 4 Ultimate. You don't know who they are? It's Bluepoint. They're the ones who also did the remaster of Demon Souls. They pretty much just remaster Sony games, though. I believe they're working on a new game that's not a remaster. I think they have their own game. No, Nox, you know what you need? You need a chess remake. The remake of chess. I don't know if Bluepoint is owned. Did Sony ever actually buy them? I know that they pretty much exclusively work with Sony. I don't know if they're owned by Sony. They bought them? Okay. Imagine a Bluepoint Soul Sacrifice remake. Brother. Be so good. My copium is high right now for Bloodborne and Silksong. I want a multiplayer solitaire. Actually, I think that this track can get copyrighted. Gotta be careful with that. So for our latest bit of news in today's Con's Anvil, this is actually depressing that this has happened. So Concord is a video game. It's definitely a video game that exists. That much I can say about Concord, all right? But the reality is, what I've seen of Concord does not seem appealing to me at all. Initially, when we saw the trailer, I saw like the spaceship, the very first trailer, and I was like, ooh, is it a spaceship game? And it's like, no, it's a hero shooter. I was like, well, fuck. I don't care about hero shooters, bro. I played Overwatch. That's about as much hero shooters as I needed. Like, I'm good with that. But, you know, didn't have that much success and all of that. I don't find the characters particularly interesting personally, so whatever. But an interesting thing that happened with this game is that it doesn't have a battle pass. It has a pay once $40, that's it. And then just play the game, unlock things, and they're going to keep making content for the game. And I was like, wow, that's actually really consumer friendly. That's actually really good. Turns out, people are actually upset at this. I'm not kidding. I've been seeing takes of people saying, nah, should be free to play with a battle pass. I was like, bro, I'm like, a game comes out with a pro-consumer business model and people are like, no, I want to be fleeced. I'm too used to being fleeced. I want to be fleeced. Bro, I don't know. I have no idea. What the fuck, dude? Yeah, they've been indoctrinated. People have actually just straight up, they've been indoctrinated. That's the only explanation. People have been conditioned. They're like, no, I want it free to play with a battle pass. Are you sure that's the reason? Bro, people are saying it needs to be free. Needs to be free. And it's like, bro, no. If they're going to sell you the game for 40 bones, and if you like this kind of game, this is a much better business model. It's the weirdest thing, dude. I have no fucking idea what is going on with people. People love battle passes and have no idea why. It's fucking weird, dude. People have been conditioned to accept this slop, and that's what they'll do. I don't think they're asking for battle pass. I think they want what the battle pass gives you to earn new stuff by playing the game. You get that! That's what you get with the 40 bones! Like, it even says here, will there be post-launch content? Launches at the beginning. We'll be introducing new free gunners, maps, modes, and more through regular post-launch seasons and updates available to all players at no additional cost. On top of it, will there be a battle pass? Concord does not have a battle pass. We wanted to focus our attention on making Concord a rewarding and robust experience on day one, where just playing the game, leveling up your accounts and characters, and completing jobs yields meaningful rewards. It's all there. The difference is, because there's no battle pass, they don't have to, like, squeeze engagement out of you. You just get rewards at a reasonable pace and boom, done, because they already have their money. This is like such a better business model than fleecing you through battle passes, and people want the battle pass. It's like, bro, fucking, it reminds me, you guys remember how a couple of years ago there were people that were actually wanted a battle pass for Monster Hunter? And I was like, bro, did you fucking shoot me now? Like, what the fuck are we doing? It's insane. In a huge free-to-play shooter market, how would you get people to buy and try your paid game? Concord has to have some sort of free option for new players. That's the problem. People have been conditioned to accept the free-to-play slop. I don't think the solution is to just make it free-to-play. Like, give them the weekend tryout things that they do, you know? Like, let's say first week or something, you can play for free on the first weekend or whatever. Demo would be good. I don't know how you make a demo for this game, because it's a multiplayer game. How are you going to make a demo for it? The demo was the open beta, and the open beta tanked. Nobody played the game. I mean, not literally nobody, but they had like a cap of 2,200 users. How about every weekend? No, it's too much. Every weekend is too much. How about a prime hour? Not prime hour, what do you call it? Prime time? Whatever, something like that. Where you would be able to jump in and play for like 2 hours on Saturdays and Sundays. That would be kind of okay-ish, I feel. I'm sorry, I just don't believe you that there's real people asking for this. I've seen it in my comment section of people asking for a battle pass for Monster Hunter, so it doesn't fucking surprise me. How about they remove PSN region lock? Wait, it's got region lock? Concord has a region lock? Oof. Bro, what is Sony doing, dude? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Why? Bro, we can't do it. Can't be done. Can't be done. Gotta have that PSN account. Yeah, true. So listen, guys. What are y'all interested in at Gamescom? What are the things that you're most interested in at Gamescom? Wilds, I mean, yes. Wilds, I'm going to for sure cover Wilds. It's just, I don't know what else I'm going to be checking out. I'm not doing bow gameplay, Kegrin. Forget about that. Only Wilds. Yeah, Wilds is the only thing. Devil May Cry 6 announcement. I don't think that's going to happen. Wukong is releasing pretty much at the same time as Gamescom. So I doubt they'll even be present at Wukong. Bloodborne. Yeah. 14 will be there. Yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to, like, do an interview with Yoshi P or something, but I don't think that's happening either. I had a friend that wanted Monster Hunter to have a battle pass, and he also called Monster Hunter Pay to Win. Huh? That's weird. Phantom Blade? I think that one of the guys from Phantom... I'll see if I can try to reach out to them. Phantom Blade. PoE 2. Oh, Path of Exile. Does anybody know, like, who's the community manager for Path of Exile? Are they going to be at Gamescom? It is. Wait, when was this? This was last year. Path of Exile 2 at Gamescom with fan meetup, 23rd to the 27th of August in Cologne, Germany. We'll be attending, and you'll be able to play Path of Exile 2 at our booth. I need to find out who's the community manager for Path of Exile 2. What are your thoughts on the political side of Fortnite? The fuck is that? Political side of Fortnite? Expedition 33 if it's there? I don't know if it's there. I'm gonna play Dragon Age. At least a little bit of it. Dragon Age Veilguard. Not sure if I'm going to be looking for it at Gamescom, but I'm going to be playing it when it comes out, because I checked the other day. I still have access to the EA creator account, so I should be able to get the code. And get it for free. Then we can check it out, and we can find out whether or not we like it. Fortnite's running for president. What? Monster Hunter Wilds, nothing else. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. But anyway, team, that is going to be it for today's episode of Cons Anvil. Thank you all very much for joining me. Thank you all very much for the support. I'm going to set us up with a stream for tonight, most likely, for Monster Hunter World. Expect the event to hit your notifications soon. We're doing Iceborne, chilling out, doing all the good stuff. Thank you all very much for hanging out with me. Love you all. See you guys later. Stay strong, stay safe. Peace out.